right, so this is our quiz review for our quiz coming up tomorrow over adding and subtracting rational numbers. All right, so here we go. Number 1. I need you to find the absolute value. Find the absolute value of negative 2/3. So remember, guys, on absolute value, we see those tall bars on either side of the number. I want you to find the absolute value of that number. And then I want you to find the absolute value of this number.
That's negative 10, right?
All right, just go ahead and answer it. Answer it on your desk. All right, so we're writing on our desk our dry erase. All right, just a little quiz review for us. And this will be recorded on YouTube also, so you guys could go back tonight and rewatch it to help you study for your quiz. All right, so everyone together, what's the absolute value of negative 2/3? It's just 2/3. Remember, absolute value is just the value of the number without the sign. All right, what about the negative absolute value of negative 10? It is negative 10 because I have that negative outside the absolute value. That one stays with the number. Okay, so my answer would be negative 10. All right, I want you guys to keep track of how many points you're scoring. So just up in the top of your desk, just kind of do your little tally marks. So if you got both of those questions correct, I want you to just mark 2 points, okay, or 2 slashes. All right, now I want you to find the sum or the difference of these we're going to start with integers. Find the sum or the difference of these integers. We're going to start with negative. Well, I'm not going to read it because that helps you out too much. Okay, so here's your first one. All right, here's the next one. All right, so we're going to solve these 3 problems, numbers 3, 4, and 5. I'll give you guys a minute to solve those. All right, Reese, what did you get for number 3? Yeah, he got negative 4. Do you guys agree? All right, so different sign, we subtract and take. We subtract and take. What about 12 minus 25? Lucas, what did you get for that one? Okay, he said negative 13. Do you guys agree? Just kind of shake your head, yes or no? All right, it is negative 13. He noticed that these were different signs. Which one of them was negative? 25 was negative. So are you guys getting better at recognizing that even though that's a subtraction sign, it also means it's negative? Okay, very good. All right, number 5. Number 5, negative 14 minus negative 17. Someone raise your hand and tell me, what did you notice about this one? How did you solve it? Sebastian?
So the first thing I did was I got rid of the double negative.
Very good. You got rid of that double negative. And then what'd you do?
And then I subtracted it and I said it was at 17 positive and 14 negative.
Very good. So what'd you get for your answer?
3.
Okay, he got positive 3. How'd you guys do on that problem? You guys do okay? All right, good job. So now you're going to have a section where it's rational numbers. So it's fractions and decimals. All right, so here's our next question. All right, so we have negative 4/5 minus 2/3. Negative 4/5 minus 2/3. Okay, so I need you to find the sum or the difference. Negative 4/5 minus 2/3. Give you a minute to do that one. Am I ready to say subtract or add and keep, or what do I need to do first? Common denominator. So what did you find for your LCD? 15. Very good. All right. And we know that we ask what number do we multiply the old denominator by to get to the new denominator to figure out what to multiply the top number by. All right. So on the first fraction, what did you multiply by? 3, top and bottom. Okay. So did you get negative 12 over 15? All right. On the second one, what do you have to multiply 3 by to get to 15? 5. So 2 times 5 is negative 10. All right. Now I need to ask myself, same sign or different? Same sign, add and keep, negative 22 over 15. You can leave it improper as long as it is reduced. Is it reduced? Simplified as much as possible? Yes. Okay, there's no factor that can go into both. All right, so that's number 6. Let's look at number 7 now. We have negative 7.8 plus 3.6. All right, I want you to go ahead and try to solve that one. All right, so negative 7.8 plus 3.6, I have to first figure out, is this same sign or different? Same sign or different, guys? Different. So if it's different sign, what do I need to do? Subtract their absolute values, which means that the larger absolute value must go on top so I can subtract them. I'll worry about the signs in a minute, okay? So now I'm going to subtract 8 minus 6 is 2, 7 minus 3 is 4. Now my question is my answer positive or negative? Why is it negative? Because 7.8 is bigger, okay? It's your larger absolute value, and it was negative. All right? How are you guys doing so far on the first half? We're about halfway through your quiz. Okay? All right, now, here's your next question. Okay, negative 3 2/5 plus negative 1/10. All right, so what did you do first? What did you do first, guys? Change that mixed number to an improper fraction. So now I have negative 17 over 5 plus negative 1 over 10. Am I ready to combine them? Oh, sorry, hold on. I need to unfreeze it. Am I ready to combine them? Do I have a common denominator? No. So what do I need to multiply the first fraction by? 2. Very good. Okay. So negative 34 over 10 plus a negative is the same thing as what? Did anybody get rid of that double sign? Minus 1 over 10. If you still said plus a negative, you still should have recognized that it was same sign. It's okay. All right, I'm not going to count off for that tomorrow. So is it same sign or different? I just said it. Same. Add and keep negative 35 over 10. Can this be reduced? Yes, it can be reduced to negative 7 over 2. All right, now, if you said negative 3.5, that would also be correct. If you said negative 3.5, that would also be correct. I will accept any of those answers. Okay, all right, number 9. Okay, you're going to find the distance between two numbers. So negative 4 1/3. And 2/3. Okay? Find the distance between these two numbers. Now, this is something that we haven't spent as much time on, so we're really going to spend some time on distance right now. Okay? The distance between two numbers. All right? Remember that we drew that number line to kind of help us visualize. And it might be helpful for you to do that on your quiz tomorrow. Okay? So here's 0. Where is negative 4/3 compared to 0? To the left or to the right? To the left, right? Negative 4 1/3 is somewhere over here. What about 2/3? Where is that related to 0? Okay, it's to the right. It's like 2/3 over here. So my rule says when two values are on opposite sides of 0, I can add their absolute values together. Okay, so I'm going to say 4 1/3 plus 2/3. Now, this is one scenario where you technically wouldn't need to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. You still could, and then change it back. You're going to get the same answer. Okay, so you could just add 1/3 plus 2/3, right? And you could get 4 3/3. All right, but you know that 3/3 equals what? Equals 1. So your answer is really 5, right? So let me show you the other way. If you were to go by what I've been teaching you, which is to change it to improper, you would say 13/3. That's what this one becomes. Okay? Plus 2/3 equals 15/3. And your answer is still 5. All right? So again, on this one, both ways worked, but when it's positive and negative, most of the time you really do have to change that mixed number to an improper fraction to get the right answer. Julia?
What's the rule, like, if they're on the same side?
Yeah, so that's what we're learning. So if they're on opposite sides of 0, we add their absolute values together. Okay? Now we're about to do same side of 0. Okay? So now here's your two numbers. Negative 9.3 and negative 4.5. Okay? I want you to find the distance between these two numbers. Okay? Go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to start explaining this. Again, the number line is optional, but it does kind of give you a visual. All right, so here's 0. Where is negative 9.3 related to 0? To the left. Where is negative 4.5? To the left. So are these numbers on the same side of 0 or opposite sides of 0? Same. So my rule says when they're on the same side of 0, I will subtract their absolute values. That will give me the distance between these two values if I subtract them. So remember, the larger absolute value on top, minus 4.5. Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit of borrowing. And I got 4.8. Now here's where you have to remember what you are actually solving for. Now technically I had same sign up there, right? But can a distance ever be negative? Even if you run a mile backwards, is that a negative mile? No, distance can never be negative. So even though the initial values were negative, your answer is not negative. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Not distance. This one, it will say evaluate the expression. Negative 3 minus the absolute value of negative 5. So remember, those tall bars, I'm not going to be able to read you the questions tomorrow on your quiz. You will have to recognize that those bars mean absolute value. Okay? So see if you can solve that one. All right, so what did you do first? Y'all just tell me. Get rid of that absolute value. But because that negative is still out in front, did you do negative 3 minus 5? Okay, same sign or different? Same. So what'd you get for your answer? Negative 8. Okay, so you did right to add, but don't forget, with addition and subtraction, same sign, add and keep. Okay, so keep your sign. All right, number 12. Number 12. We're almost done. We're going to do 14 problems. All right, number 12, we have negative 10. All right, I'm going to stop reading it because I'm kind of giving things away when I read it. All right, give me a minute to solve that one. All right, someone raise your hand and tell me how you solved this one. How'd you solve this one, Mariana? Huh? Yes, I love it. She even used the right term. Did anybody catch the additive inverse? Did you guys catch it? Maybe on step 1 or step 2. Either way, did you see negative 10 plus 10? So now all you have to do is tell me what's the absolute value of negative 5. 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is 5. Now, if you missed that, could you still get the right answer? Yeah, but it just maybe took you a little bit more work. So those inverses can really help us out. All right, next question. Okay. All right, again, I feel like if I read it, it kind of starts to give things away. So go ahead and try to solve that one. Okay, so what did you do first? Someone raise your hand and tell me. All right, come on, guys. What did you guys do first? What do you notice? Lily?
That 18.
Yep.
Or negative 18 is basically just 18.
Yes, very good.
And then you could turn it into 3, and then 3 plus 4 equals 7.
3 plus 4 equals 7. Perfect. All right, who else got 7? Who else got 7? Great job, guys. So it's not negative 18 divided by 6. I needed to take the absolute value. Then I could divide that to make 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. Great job on that. All right, now I'm going to give you kind of like a scenario problem, okay? The table shows 4 account transactions, like bank account transactions, all right? Find the account balance after the transactions when the account started with a balance of $175. All right, before you start, just like cramming all the numbers together, I do want to remind you that you can use commutative property if you see terms in here that might be easier to combine first, okay? So again, you're kind of free to do whatever method you want within that rule, commutative property. All right, what I'll be looking for tomorrow is your bottom line, what your answer is, okay? Okay, so $175 is my starting point. What number do you think would be probably easiest, and opinions may differ, okay, to add or subtract next? What do you think, Sebastian? Okay, you did 100. Did anybody subtract 75? Yeah, so subtracting 75, okay, well, what's 175 minus 75? 100. Then what I did was, then I added the 100 for the chores to get 200, okay? So now I took care of the gas expense, I took care of the chores. Now, could I pretty easily do 80 minus 60?
20.
80 minus 60 is 20. So if I add 20 to my 200, I get $220. Okay? So do you see how I kind of used a couple tricks? Like maybe my mind thought about that problem a little different than yours. Did you end up with the right answer? Did you have to do more work than what I did to get to your answer? Yes or no? You shrug your shoulders and be like, I don't really mind that I had to do a little bit more steps, okay? But when you're looking for those shortcuts, you're applying the number properties, which, again, number properties make our life a lot easier, okay? So that pretty much covers what's on your quiz tomorrow. And I would encourage you, I'm going to shoot out this YouTube link to you guys so you can watch it tonight if you'd like to study. But remember my YouTube channel, okay? These videos go straight to my YouTube channel, and they can be really helpful to you, especially if you're absent or if you just want to study more.